Hi, Trace Mayer here, and welcome to our featured piece of the day. I want to show you an item that I've been dying to have in my career and handle here, and one that I wasn't quite sure that I'd ever come across. And this is, like many boxes of the time from the early 19th century, was made for tea, which was quite a precious commodity. Now this is a very special one, and as you'll see, it opens up and does quite a few wonderful things. But it comes from a group of articles that were made in India under British rule in the early 19th century, as I said. Now, they used many different materials in India, but a lot of the styles were very consistent with the other neoclassical styles that pervaded throughout Europe and England and the Americas as well. This one is quite wonderful in that it's made entirely from buffalo horn. And it's a very different material than what you'll typically see anywhere else in the world. So part of the process when we get a new piece in is I generally have a pretty good idea of what they are before I buy them, because clearly I don't want to invest my money unwisely. However, there usually is a lot of research that comes in, and this is one of those where I knew it was an Anglo-Indian piece, but I wasn't quite sure exactly where. And so as the process of deduction goes, I go to my Bible, which is Joffer's Furniture from British India in Ceylon, as you see here. Now, in going through, there are many different variations, but this piece comes from the area which I imagine I'll mispronounce, and my apologies, but Viscapatam, which is characterized in a southern section of India on the eastern shore. Now, the great thing about this is that you're going to see these great neoclassical styles that pervade throughout Europe and the Americas. However, here you're going to see that they're done in native materials. So here's an example with a similar ribbing that we see on the box in ivory. Here's another example that mixes horn and ivory, and it has almost the exact same finial here too, the same treatment with that. And as we go through, they'll use other materials including porcupine, and another example with buffalo horn again. And this one, which is quite interesting, a similar related finial, but in elk horn. So quite amazing, and just one of the processes by which we approach cataloging these items. Now, the other thing that comes in is that frequently nothing's in perfect shape, and we're not looking for perfection. However, we're looking to conserve the piece as to stabilize it and have the best condition that it can be when it goes to your home or a museum or wherever it does end up. And with this is no exception. And on this box, we had to do a little bit of work where the horn was separating a bit from the case. We had to secure that down, and on the back there was a little piece where we were missing the horn. So I didn't have horn at our disposal, and that's ideally what you want to do. But what we did instead was used a piece of ebony and just matched it as close as we can. Now, we're not trying to deceive anybody. What we're just trying to do is stabilize it and keep the lines as true to their original form as it were. So here we are. We have one of my favorite pieces. I hope that I'll be able to handle another one of these again, but you never know in your career when and if that might be the last or only time that you'll see something. So again, a tea caddy, British Indian, and neoclassical, and ivory horn. So thank you again for your time, and look for future announcements on our social media, other videos on YouTube where we'll try to feature different pieces, techniques of conservation, and just give you an insight into behind the scenes in the business in an antique gallery. Have a great day.